What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, episode number 114 of me, GamerKnoob. I found the red mask. I was just looking around and finally found him. Get lost, I'm looking for drink companions. Who are you? It's none of your business. I'm the red mask. That should be enough for you. Why did you send assassins after Latvick? The woman smiles bitterly and removes her mask, unveiling the unmistakable features of an Azamar, but what was once a surely beautiful face has been disfigured by terrible scars. Someone must have flayed her, carving her away her entire portions of her skin. That wretch deserves the worst death unimaginable. When the demons abducted and enslaved me, Latvick bought me and my fellow captives. I thought myself freed, but I was wrong. The worst was yet to come. The things he did to us, I cannot describe them. He destroyed our bodies and our souls. His sick mind is full of filthy, perverse desires, and he acted them out on us. It was a miracle I managed to escape. I could have left the abyss, but it feels as if Latvick has sown the seeds of his madness into my soul. I refuse to spread his sickness to other places, happier places. Let his evil perish here in the abyss, utterly and without a trace. She does not lie. Her heart aches with the desire for retribution. Latvick is a liar and a traitor, and he must answer for his misdeeds, champion. We must go back and see that he faces justice for his crimes. Yeah, we knew he was a scumball from how he was talking. Curse that wretch. I should have sensed the evil within him. And Azamar, a child of light, how could he have done such monstrous things? It's not surprising you didn't sense the rot in his heart. Latvick has learned to control how to conceal his true nature. None of us suspected him either, even though some of my companions in misfortune were skilled at sensing evil in its many forms. It's terrible what he did to you. Am I not pretty enough for you? Are you afraid? Yes, I'll never be called a beauty again. No, it's not the beauty or anything else he stole from you. I'm scared of what he's given you. He shared his pain with you and he took root and grew. There's a thorny tangle of suffering in your heart and you're impaled by its spikes. Why is Latvick doing this? Because he's a madman, a blood-soaked lunatic draped in the raiment of a holy savior, a psychopath, a filthy deviant whose sick desires can only be sated by the suffering of his victims. What happened to you after you escaped? I've walked the path of vengeance since then. Calistria, patron goddess of all who have been wronged, has shown me I must dedicate myself to this path. I am the retribution that stalks villains in the night, paints the darkness red, and makes the streets ring with their pitiful screams as I end their miserable lives. Latvick deserves a fitting punishment. I will help you. Then go to his home and repay the man for his many sins. I'll be waiting for you there. I'll fall upon that deviant like a blade of vengeance itself. Together we will ensure that he pays for his crimes with his life. I weep for her. I see how open and pure her heart once was, a shining beacon of kindness and mercy. But the pain and torments that befell her made her cruel. Anger burns within her, and she no longer knows what is good and what is not. Cannot and will not judge her. I mourn her innocence that has been lost. Well, we know what we need to do before that. We need to go rest. We need to go rest. For sure. You got me messed up if you think I'm not resting, son. We have too many big fights. The last few episodes were just... The last 3 episodes, I'm pretty sure we were dealing with the same thing. So, thank goodness we're on to something new. Thank goodness. Let me just take them out. Go in here. Ba-ding, apparently. In case anyone was curious, you know. Ba-ding. Hello, my skilled gladiators. Alright, Gregor, let's go. Back to this, please. Click next to it so you actually run instead of walk. How much dex damage are you actually looking at right now? Oh my god! It's okay, heal will take care of that. Heal will take care of that. We should probably have checked before, you know, to see if anybody had any damage, but that's okay. We'll check right now. Oh, we're blind still, aren't we? Yeah, we're still blind. Need to switch characters and cure that. It's alright. Reload. We're just gonna go through a few loading screens over and over again real quick. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. You know, if they were faster, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I mean, I literally just loaded this, so you'd think it would be a little bit quicker. It actually seemed a little bit quicker. Now, I do believe you have it, maybe? Cure blindness. Cure blindness. Blindness? Remove blindness. Oh, it's remove blindness. Do we have a potion for that? Remove paralysis. Reduce person. No. But do we have a sound burst? Scorching ray. Resist. Remove sickness. Remove paralysis. Remove fear. Remove blindness. Right there. Go back in. I'm a genius. Actually, I think that does load faster now that we've been to the two areas so quickly together. I mean, it feels like it at least. Maybe it doesn't, but it feels like it. Loading, loading, loading. Get them suckers loading. Step
We'll
one.
make things right.
You gonna drop a heal on that man? Wait, shouldn't that? It immediately ends any of the all of the following adverse conditions affecting the target: ability, damage, blinded.
We should move.
What Why did that not work?
He's restless. I wonder why.
Should work on you. Worked on you. Huh. Well. Anyway. I wish there needs to be a search function in games like this, man. I don't know why there's not. A few of those on your bar. Someone's gonna like tell me like later on, like after I've been playing this game for hours and hours and hours, that there is one. Are you the only blind person? Cast this on him, fix it. Thank you. Even though I should have had to. Look how this Mandragora is still here. Everybody else dead though. Flesh markets are they seem a little bit empty right now, let me tell you. All those merchants, man. All those merchants are gone. Come on, Lan.
I will help where I can.
Always be ready for
What's
the
taking you
worst.
so long? Could you nerds please? Thank you. Turn this way. I hate the spinning stuff in this place, I really do. Alright, Levert. It's time to be punished. Hi there! Sup, buddy? Why are my companions in the wrong order again? Hey there, buddy. Let's try this again. Did you stop her? Is Red Mask still a threat? I know everything about you and your highly unusual tastes. It's not my fault. I did not want this weakness, but it gnaws at me from the inside. I know what I'm doing is wrong, but there's nothing I can do to stop myself. But I swear, I was kind to those girls the rest of the time. It was I who saved them. There's a wound festering in your soul. It hurts, but you cannot share this pain with anyone or your friends would turn away, which is why you set out to make friends yourself. Them. But this isn't true friendship. You are still lonely and still hurting. I feel very sorry for you. The time has come. You'll answer for your crimes. Who are you? Are you a red mask? You don't have a red mask on. The hour of retribution is at hand, scum. You'll pay for each and every one of your crimes. No, don't touch me. Y'all gonna let it. You all are right here. Attack of opportunities. May evil never go unpunished. Like, y'all are literally like right next to him. You gonna let him dip like that?
March on. What's that?
What are you doing? My little birds, protect me from this vermin. They've come to enslave you once again.
Let's prove their logic is lacking.
Can we just kill him, please? If I can just
You've
kill him,
crossed
I'll be
the
a happy
wrong
boy.
mongrel.
43 AC on this guy.
Forward!
Of course, instantly hit the other person. Don't mind me just missing every shot. This guy is gonna actually be good. Like, he's not just gonna be a pushover, he's like actually gonna be good, huh? I cannot believe that. My strength was down by 6? I wonder why. Immune to magic missile? That's good.
You won't survive me.
Hit him once. Let's see here. I have muscles within my muscles. I'm gonna keep missing and I'm gonna kill her on accident.
Prepare yourself.
I won't give you.
God damn!
The light take you.
Dodge, dip, duck, this dude is dodge, dip, duck, diving, and dodging, man. This is actually hilarious. And another miss.
Endure this. Strike with all your might.
Miss, 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 miss.
Desna, guide my hand.
This is hilarious.
I'm wounded.
Does anyone else find this just freaking hilarious?
To the fray.
That this little douchebag is dodging everything? Because I find this hilarious. I'm not attacking them, I'm just AoEing them as they attack me. It's not my fault. .42 AC untouched. It's insanity.
Make every strike count.
The inheritor.
This guy is actually just you can't hit him. You can't hit him. It is impossible to hit this man. Maybe I can put him to sleep. Nope. Plus 20 on his will save. And he rolled a 19, because, you know, why not? Well, that's not working, so... Maybe I can Phantasmal Killer him. Nope. And the DC... He was actually very close. We almost got him.
You've crossed the wrong monk.
One of these days somebody will roll a 20, right? Maybe. Maybe. Let's cast Bless, why not?
Make your peace.
I hit him! He murdered Abu, but I hit him.
No glory without risk.
Oh, you did something. Good job. Let's see here. Reflex save. This man just nobody hitting this man. This man said, "Not today." He said, "Not today." Centered on target creature.
You won't survive me.
Oh yeah, just walk up and murder the guy, Gregor. It's literally what we were trying to avoid. I just killed Avu! Everybody's confused. Apparently this does affect my teammates, by the way, in case anyone was curious. That's what I was testing there. Does. Reflex save. Reflex save. Reflex save. Reflex save. Will save. Will save. Reflex save. Will save.
Endure this.
Prepare yourself.
One day he'll die. I mean, you know, eventually. How you miss? Die. Holy crap. I'm gonna have to literally... I'm gonna have to... This fight's gonna end up reset. I'm not even gonna lie. This fight's gonna end up resetting.
Desna, guide my hand.
Wait, he has 6... Did anyone else see 61? You what, mate? Oh, well, I wanted to be closer. I just dispelled all of my allies' stuff. That's nice. Fortitude save and we'll save. Nice. You're so good at the game. I wish I could be that good at the game, bro. 61 AC. My dude has 61 AC. Everybody have a nice music playing, you know?
Make your peace.
How is this little punk gonna have 61 AC? He dead. I'm begging you, spare me. This disgusting trait, this addiction, it makes me hate myself. I was weak, but I swear I will no longer allow my weakness to harm anyone else. Bring me to justice if you wish, but spare me from your vengeance. The blood of heavens runs in your veins, while others break themselves striving to be better, nobler, brighter. All of those things were given to you by fate. You were born blessed, and this is how you squandered that blessing. This is worse than mere folly. This is blasphemy. How dare you? Yeah, I'm gonna give him to the Azamar woman. He's yours. Deal with them as you see fit. What? But they are my little birds. I love them. I've been taking care of them. They would never harm me. Oh, they're back! Yay, they didn't die. Punching the heck out of him. Nice. They're beating him to death. Oh, this is... He has 61 AC. How you hitting him? Teeth bared with wild, almost bestial fury, the Azamar women rush towards Leverk. They have no weapons. They tear him with teeth and nails until the madman agonized screeches give way to choked, gurgling whimpers. Without further ado, the Avenger bends over Leverk. When she stands again, she is holding the blade strip of skin that used to be the Azamir's face. Bloom takes off her mask and smiles with satisfaction. He took away my beauty, now I've taken his. Look. Red Mask stretches Leverk's face over her own, fixing it in place with a handful of barbed hooks he drives into her own flesh. Rivulets of blood run down the woman's neck, giving her a grotesque and terrifying appearance. You'll take care of these young women, and I will take my leave. This corrupt city is full of scum whose wrongdoings remain unpunished. I will bring retribution to each and every one of them. You did a noble thing when you did not abandon the weak in the hour of need. Go with my deepest respect. Go to my camp. The young Azamar women exchange glances, then they gratefully nod at you. Huddled together in a tight group, they set out in search of the promised shelter. They carry themselves with an air of grim determination to look after one another and find a way out of this terrible place. Good. But still, this fight was dumb. Abrupt end. Temple of Roses. Okay, okay. Let's get that save on, shall we?
Onwards.
No, where are you guys going? What do we get? The Enduring Wizard. Whenever this wearer casts a spell level 7, they gain 20 hit. I don't really care about that at all. Unless she doesn't have gloves, but I think she does. She does. And I want my range touch attack bonus. Definitely do.
Let us be off.
We're gonna have to go freaking rest again before we go inside. Man, I can't believe I got beat up that bad. Don't walk into it so it messes up. Touch it. Thank you. Back to the Nexus we go. And then we're gonna go into the dreams place. This place right here. The Harem of Advent Dreams. Dun dun dun. Cracking my neck. Oh, it feels so good. Rest. Rest, 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 rest. Begin resting. Rest,
You know,
rest,
Rachel,
rest.
when you joined, I thought you wouldn't do any good in our little squad. I always thought officers preferred giving orders to crawling in the mud, spending nights out in the open, and actually doing some fighting. I'm glad I was wrong.
I used to be part of a similar team. We went scouting, ran sabotage missions. As you can see, I didn't lose my skills while leading the chapter.
I don't use you, so can't really tell. But if you say so, boss. Alright, let's go. I don't know why you have the Ring of Summons. Do you have it equipped or something? No, you can't even have rings. Whatever. Do I have the Ring of Summons? No? Okay.
Let's
Hey,
move.
bro, get your butt over here. You're making me annoyed. Always taking so long. You must gather your party before venturing forth. I hate it. Hate it, but I understand the reason. You know, you can't, like, if you just had one party member who could sneak through everything, like, you could just go through a ton of levels just by sneaking past everything and bringing your whole party through the door with you. So it makes sense, but it's annoying nonetheless. Yeah, see, yeah. You can do it. Success has been had.
Follow me.
Alright, everybody, let's go. Over this way. Time to go take on this person that we've heard so much about for, like, the majority of the game. Get revenge for this man's daughter, I think, right? I think so. You're moving away? I didn't move the camera, though. Whatever. Alright. We're finally going into the Harem. That's where I always wanted to go. First time here? Are you sure you're welcome here? This is the Harem of Art and Dreams, the place of Shamir, chief demoness of the city. After Nocticula, of course, but when did Nocticula ever care about our petty concerns? Bottom line, this palace belongs to the person who really runs everything around here, got it? How does a feeble guard like you expect to stop someone who has vanquished hordes of demons on Galarian? Was that meant to scare me? Sure, I've heard there's a mask wrapping on Galarian, but how am I to know you have anything to do with it? Until I see the blood on your hands, you remain nothing but a pompous stranger. I wish to enter. You're known in the city. I don't think Shamir would deny you an audience. Come in. Yeah, get the hell out of my way, punk! I am the champion of the Battle Bliss. Murderer of everyone in the Abyss so far. Reloader of 1,000 reloads. Like, you don't understand. I'll take you out, son. Dinner? To a ball game? Something. A red-haired, beautiful demon sits majestically on a throne, an aura of bright light blazing around her. It's a gentle, life-giving light that shines on Galarian. This light blinds, withers, makes a person burn with fever, draining their strength. And who do we have here? The last wanderer from another world coming to seek my patronage? So the rumors were true. Ursula, you really are making friends with mortals now. I must admit, I found it hard to believe such a worthy daughter of the Abyss had fallen so low. Well, not that I care. Does the name Willidus mean anything to you? Yes, Willidus is well known and highly esteemed in Illusioneer. He is Nicticula's advisor in charge of matters related to the magic Illusioneer. That's why I would be happy to see the cursed dimwit do some real work for a change. Instead, he's cowering in the palace because some discurites put a price on his head and hired a group of toughs from the lower city. Why should I have to come pick up the slack for that pathetic coward? A few questions. Curse Nicticula's hospitality for bringing these strange from other planes to my city and my harem. I want to know more about Nocticula. What exactly are you expecting to hear from me beyond what any other resident of Illusioneer could tell you? Yes, I'm closer to Nocticula than anyone else, but do you really think I'll spill her secrets to you? Our Lady in the Shadow doesn't like to be discussed behind her back, and the scope of her realm, the entire Midnight Isles, proves that her anger can be extremely dangerous. She's worshipped on many planes, including Galarian, right? At night, she sometimes comes to insane rapists and murderers and paints in their minds pictures of immortality and horror. Immorality and horror. Masterpieces of lust and despair. She's the first succubus and the most powerful and most seductive, the murderer of countless demon lords and the usurper of the abyssal realms. Over the bodies of her victims, she climbed to unbelievable heights, and now she stands far above her loathsome brother, Sokathbenoth. Thus, she has proved her victories were gained not just by the means of her power, but also by her great intelligence and willpower. What kind of harem is this? What do you think? Because I am Shamir, the ardent dream, and the chosen lover of the great Nocticula, every time she grows weary of plotting and spurious and craves wild passion and warm crushes, she comes here to her harem. Doesn't the word harem mean a group of individuals always ready to copulate with the master or mistress of the harem? The name should accurately describe the function of the establishment. For instance, residents of the former angel intended for copulation between the above-mentioned anger girl and Lady Nocticula, which also performs the functions of a city hall. My suggestion is simple. The Scurry. Actually, that name suits all of Illusioneer. I've seen you with Hepzamira at the flesh markets. Tell me about her. Hepzamira is an honored guest here in Illusioneer. I'm not going to discuss her with every stranger I meet. How did you achieve such a high standing? You don't know my story? This explains why you're not on your knees before me. I was once a celestial being, and my fiery wings carried me from the upper planes to insignificant little worlds like your Galorian. I've gifted fantasies and dreams, kindled flames in the wild minds of dreamers, and I loved it. Sometimes these fantasies took shape too daring and unbridled, or so it seemed to me, but I made no effort to stop it. A dream is a bird, not a horse. You can't restrain it, you can only herd it with your reins. The dreams I sowed were becoming more daring, bolder, and with them I changed as well. One day I rejected the limits imposed on me by my masters. In the world I was visiting, a wildfire of dreaming broke out, a dream so daring and bold it could come to fruition only through the great atrocities and monstrous immoral deeds. I could have stopped it, but I didn't. I was mesmerized by this great vision. I didn't return to my world as I would have not been accepted. Instead, I descended into the abyss looking for someone who would truly appreciate me and the dreams that I bestow. Nocticula noticed my flame blazing over the dark waters of the ocean. She came for me and shrouded me in her shadows. That night was very memorable. Since then I have served her and have been her closest friend and her right hand. Do you really hate Aasimars and kill them brutally? Oh yes, it is an incomparable pleasure to gradually deprive them of everything they once had. First their hope and their noble appearance, their innocence, and finally their life. When they scream renouncing everything they once believed in, their masters, their gods, their heritage, it's like music to my ears. Do not for a moment think I am unaware of who stole the batch of young Aasimar women from me and the one who shipped to Diunk to the flesh markets. I'll remember that, Galarian. I have no more questions. Came here seeking your patronage. So what use can you be to me, you foolish little mortal, the most powerful demon sir me? What can your pitiful self offer me that they can't? In truth, there's one thing that you can help me with, Galarian, but the others mustn't know about it. Work for me, and I'll give you my share of attention and patronage. No doubt you've already heard the Nihedrian crystals, objects of astonishing power that grant their owner incredible abilities. Everyone in Illusioneer knows they exist, but no one knows what they are or where to get them. No one except for that smug cow Hepzamira. I want you to find out what they are. My advice is to start searching in that pile of refuse in the lower city. Ask for Zephorian, my predecessor, now a beggar. If that pathetic wretch is still alive, you may know something. Now go and don't bother me returning until you have the information I need. Here, take my remark, so that the archer near my palace will let you in. I don't want to waste my time waiting here while you wind your way back to the streets of my city with valuable information. I see greed in the eyes of this fiend. She's ready to offer you a deal. I sense that more than an idle interest lies behind it. We both know Nihedrian crystals can make demons immensely powerful. We're pursuing Hepzamira to prevent her from creating and unleashing upon us an army of mythical monsters transformed by these crystals. Yet if you reveal the secret of the crystal Shamira, we risk simply trading one enemy for another. Our mission demands that we make concessions, but that does not simply mean we must blindly obey every demon's request. Weigh each of Shamira's words. Remember how cunning she is, and do not let her turn you into a tool that she can commit atrocities. Armor your heart and only do what you must. Not what she, with all her promises and charms, try to convince you to do, and be prepared to find a knife in your back at any moment. So you and Hepzamira aren't friends, I take it. Be friends with that miserable cow? Of course not. I'm courting her to learn her secrets, but it's a constant struggle not to put her in her place. Baphomet's minions are far too bold here in Illusioneer. So what are these crystals you're so interested in? You haven't heard of the Nihedrian crystals? Are all Galarians so stupid and unobservant? They are purple crystals. Possessing them grants immense power. Unfortunately, only high-ranking servants of Baphomet know where to find them or how to use them. They're used to the crystals to gain tremendous power. Now they stored around Illusionaire like they own the place. Why should I look for Zephyrian? When I first heard about the crystals, it reminded me of the last days of Zephyrian's rule. He was Nocticula's right hand before me. He was plotting a coup, and I was spying on him to turn him into Nocticula and take his place. I remember that he was trying to get his hands on a purple crystal of some kind, and that he eventually succeeded. Didn't pay much attention at the time, but the current situation made me think, perhaps if a Nahedrian crystal he was after. If so, Zephyrian might know something about them. Where should I look for Zephyrian? In the depths, if he is still alive. The gravity of Nocticula's punishment would have dragged him to the very bottom of Illusionaire. Dig through the garbage, talk to the vagrants and beggars. You surely don't expect me to do it, do you? Why did you choose me for this mission? Because you're neither a demon nor a resident of Illusionaire. You're a wildcard, an insignificant Galarian. No one is interested in your exploits, and you will not draw unnecessary attention. You're not bound to service any demon, and therefore, if you dig up any information, you will bring it to me, the one who will pay you most for it. That is, me. You won't run to your master because you don't have one, or at least not here in the Abyss. If I gave this task to one of my servants, I could be sure of only one thing. They would sell the information about my interest to my enemies, and then, if they learned anything about the crystals, they would use this information to benefit themselves instead of bringing it to me. I have to go. Go now and come back when you have something useful. My time is precious and I can't waste on every mortal who fancies a chat. Alright, so we gotta go find this dude. I could do that. I can go find this dude. He's in the lower city. I can find him in the lower city. I can. Now where is this teleporter? There it is. Beautiful. I love it. Find him. See if we can find this man somewhere. Oh, big stretch while we do the loading screen. I love loading screens. They let me get nice stretches in and stuff. Oh, it's so beautiful. Adventure Captain. You know what about this guy? Look at Zephyrian. Do you know where he is? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. It's not my place to gossip with customers. I'm an innkeeper, not a spy, so buy yourself something to drink and stop wasting my time. I've got a special liquor you should try. A true rarity. Pay 100,000 gold. Whatever. The liquor is revolting, savoring of rotten meat and mold, but the aftertaste is surprisingly tart and pleasant. It gives a short creaky lack as if a swarm of crickets had awakened his lungs. Zephyrian, eh? Hardly anyone remembers that name. He was an ambitious son of a bitch, sharp and tenacious, but he was hasty in his attempts to overthrow Nocticula, and Our Lady of Shadow remembers all too well how she was underestimated by the demon lord Vera Vaxis, so she dealt with Zephyrian before he could stab her in the back. She ruined him completely. Well, when that lump of bleeding flesh opened its eyes and moaned, we were shocked it lived and breathed. On that day, Zephyrian's name was relegated to Illusionaire's past and forgotten, but I've seen him once or twice among the beggars. He sits at the threshold of the battleless arena begging for gold, and no one recognizes him. Nocticula didn't just break his body, but his spirit. So far as I know, he's never tried to take vengeance on her. And there's plenty of reasons to want revenge, oh yes. Show me your wares. Sell. And get out of here, I don't need you guys. Beautiful. I gave you 100,000, you gave me 50,000 back. Call it good. To the arena! Innkeepers always know the information you want, you just have to pay them for it. And I am rich at the moment, so I don't mind paying a little bit of money. So he's a beggar around here, huh? What's up? Vagrant is repulsive even by the standards of the Abyss. He has a lumpy, scarred face, makes you think he's put through a meat grinder, then shaped back into the semblance of his former body, and left to live out his life. His tall and once impressive figure has been shattered. His arms are covered in protruding lumps of unset bones that were left to heal him properly. The beggar is clad in many layers of dirt, smelly rags, onto which hundreds of keys are sewn, from tiny toy box keys to a giant cast iron key that bows the demon's neck almost to the ground. So you're looking for Zephyrian. He's long dead, but that doesn't seem to be stopping you. Well, so what do you want with the dead man? Zephyrian, the master of lies and trickery. I remember fighting him. What do you know about the Nahedrian crystals? There's a tale told in Illusionaire about a tale about crystals that grants immense power, but what exactly are they, where are they from, that draw this power? No one seems to know. I've seen something like it only once before. I found the first crystal on the other of Vazglar. It seemed useless to me. It contained a great deal of power, but there was no use whatsoever. I meant to give it to my patron, as he would have found a way to use it, but I never got the chance. Some feeble mortal mage managed to steal the crystal from me. He locked himself in a tower, examined the crystal, and studied it, and managed to find some use for it. But he was under Nocticula's protection, so I never had to try to hunt him down. But you're thinking I'm just going to tell you the name you seek, then you could rush off to have a chat with that mage. Not a chance. The mage wasn't a demon, he was a mortal who served Nocticula's arcane needs back in the day. It's the elf, right? Kicked the bucket long ago. Let's left him as the tower in the upper city, locked and protected by magic. Many have tried to get inside in the hopes of stealing something valuable, but their remains rotted long ago. No use talking about them now. Ah, but you're curious now. You'd like to poke around that tower, wouldn't you? Perhaps you could find something useful there, yes? Take it. And while I'm still feeling generous, this will open the way into that tower. When I ruled Illusioneer, I made sure I had a key for every hideout and tucked away nook in the city. You never know when they might come in handy. Here, take this to get lost. No one will throw me a coin with you hanging around. Perception 40. Something spiteful and vicious lurks in the depths of the beggar's eyes. He looks like a predator waiting in ambush, or rather scavenger waiting impatiently for his prey's agony to find the inn so he can enjoy his meal. Whatever his motives, the demon obviously does not wish you well and is already counting down the minutes until your imminent demise. Remember, I've heard of this place. The tower is supposedly filled with treasures there left by the death of the ancient mage, but no one could prove there is any truth to these rumors because no one of the daring adventurers who managed to get in ever returned. The place is a death trap. Zephyrian is probably just toying with us. He's pretending to help us. Be helpful only to send a certain death. Just gonna give me the key like that. Yeah, why not? I don't need it, and I don't need anything from you except for you to leave me alone. I'll get lost. The Isle of Vazglar, where is that? Yes, Vazglar, a wild place, an island in Ishiar, deserted. No one really cared about it. I had a secluded lair there where I kept all sorts of nasty tricks for Nocticula. Anyone who'd found my den could have made a tidy profit, but not so long ago that island sank unexpectedly. No point trying to look for it anymore. Why are these crystals called Nahedrian? Who knows? It's a whim of fashion. The thing is, they're not actually Nahedrian at all. Nahedri was the demon lord, a master of treasures, dungeons, and shiny trinkets. If he'd had such crystals as these, I really doubt Nocticula would have been able to kill him all those centuries ago, but then they were just called purple crystals. You're trying to lure me into a trap. You'll probably die there, maybe you won't. You'll find out what Shamira wants. It was Shamira who sent you, right? She was the one who turned me into the Nocticula back in the day, and now she wants to topple her mistress and take your place. Just as I once tried to. That's why she wants those crappy crystals so much. So be it, I say. Whoever loses this fight, I'll be the winner, and I'll savor the outcome. You, Shamira, Nocticula, may all of you drop dead, tear out each other's throats, and strangle each other with your own blood. Intestines, you're all scum, and I'll piss on your corpses as they float by on the ocean of your blood. Share your knowledge with me. I know a lot about Illusioneer and its current ruler, too. Trust me, staying in power in the city wasn't easy. What would you like to know? What did you do to fall so low? I was overly hasty. I had power back then, and I grew with every passing day. Lamashtu's belch, I was just a step away from becoming more powerful than Nocticula and toppling her from her throne. And why not? After all, that's exactly how she got there, where she is, and how she took down that toothy old freak Varivaxis. And I was about to start my queue. I even found a powerful patron, Sokothmanoth, Nocticula's brother, who held a serious grudge against her. But before I had time to start, that sly mortal mage stole an important thing from me, a thing that could have shifted the balance of power. And then that red-headed little bitch learned about my plan. She turned me into Nocticula, and she struck me before I could. I fell, and the red-headed harlot took my place. Ah, Shamira, I should have strangled you the moment you appeared in the abyss. You were stripped of everything you once were. That's terrible. I understand. I really do. But why did you become like this? When someone takes away your past, you're free of it. Why didn't you want to become someone new? It's as if you were broken, then gladly glued back together. Do you really like living like that? Do you really think I had a choice? Do you think I wanted any of this? Everyone has a choice. You can leave this alley at any time, go to a place no one knows you, and become whoever you want. But for some reason, you keep sitting there. What do you think of Illusioneer today? It's the same pile of crap it was when I was in charge. Here in the Abyss, everything changes constantly, but nothing really changes at all. I could tell you how much better the city was when I ran things, but it would be a lie. Back in my day, it was no different. Just as I did, Shamira rules the crazy lot with an iron fist, subduing them through terror and violence. It doesn't take a genius to do that. You just need to be absolutely ruthless and have enough power to be able to drown any insolent scum in his own blood. It actually can be done by brainless Discarite who can crush mountains but can't count how many corpses are impaled by a spiky claw. Got any advice on how to survive this place? Do not trust anyone, and once you ascend high enough, be especially suspicious of the unexpected gifts that will suddenly start being showered upon you. No one here does anything without a reason. So enough about that. I'm not going to attack him. Enjoy your walk around, Illusion. Yes. Okay, let's see here. So we're in the lower area, and we've done all this stuff, I do believe. So really, let's go for the middle area. Like, we have a few places in the middle area we haven't been, I'm pretty sure. And we haven't been to the upper area at all. Also, I'm pretty sure that Mage's Tower is our elf buddy, our storyteller, right? Like, we heard the story about him in his tower full of traps and stuff, and he worked for Nocticula. I'm pretty sure we heard about that in a story a long time ago, so, like, we just hit him up and see what's going on, please. So we've been there. Those are portals, that's the way up. Grim Mansion. I believe we've been in there. Portal up, portal down. We need to go to the 10,000 Delights. The Harem, Azamar's house, we've been there. We need to go to the 10,000 Delights, so let's head this way. I love how he's still here. I love it. There it is. Somebody click it, please. Thank you. Head in this direction next. I'm supposed to take somebody with me to the 10,000 Delights, but who? Can I just, like, put these down things? Get inside the mage's tower. Oh, that's I meant the spinner of nightmares. I thought that was in the 10,000 delights. Oh, there you go. Companion quest more than nothing. Let's see. Wicked. Arrange meeting for Nocticula. When Camellia wants to go to the 10,000 delights. Old Jif wants to go to the abandoned mansion. Graybor wants to go to Willidus's House of Wicked Knowledge. Ursula wants to talk, and Lan wants to talk. Okay. We'll go talk to them soon.
Onwards.
Soon. But first, we'll have to come back in here with Camellia, but let's go in there with our good team first, shall we? You see a massive, beautifully decorated door. It appears impregnable. An eye-level and elegant inscription reads 10,000 delights. In smaller letters, another inscription reads, a gift from Valexia the Wonderful to the Shivara the Beautiful. Examine the door and try to figure out the best way to open it. The door seems solid and sturdy, but anything can be broken. The simply small lock is likely enchanted. It would have been reckless for those to put in the door without a magic it. Probably wondering how to pick my lock. Well, don't bother. Many have tried, but before you go on, I could do with a laugh. Pick the lock. Hey, get away from me. What are you doing there? You pervert. That's disgusting, you filthy beast. Oh my. I love it. Wait, do you know this place? This is the Brawler of the 10,000 Lights, the biggest, most popular one in all of Lucianeer. Yes, I know that. That's some unfinished business in there. Of course I understand. All kinds of business conducted there, not only pleasure related. I'd like to ask you about something. If you ever have to go in there, please go without me. I don't want to see the inside of that place ever again, and I especially don't want to meet any of its denizens. Why? It's my former life, and I prefer to leave it all behind in the past. My old acquaintance, accomplices, clients, I don't want to run into any of them. If I go in there, I'll go without you. Thanks. The entire city's full of bad memories for me, but this place is particularly so. Well, I don't have any teleports near this place, and you won't... Could I switch companions from here, please? Nope. Of course not. There you go. Whatever. Go back. Alright, looks like we gotta bring Camellia instead of my good old Ursula. Yay, it's so fun. Such a nice thing to do. I'm so happy. Well, we need to go talk to Lan and her anyway at the Nexus, so we'll go do that. I feel like... Oh, wait, no, now they're connected. Okay, cool. That's nice. Cool. Okay. Good. To the Nexus! Good old Lan and Aruru want to talk. Aruru! Camellia sucks, so I'm going to be down one damage dealer in these fights in there, I'm sure. Life's a funny thing, isn't it? You find yourself in a new city and suddenly you bump into an old acquaintance. Sevamalek is here in Oceaneer. Sava who? Very funny. I know we're surrounded by demons and they've all got creaky names, but you can't expect to remember them all. Sevamalek is the one who's been kidnapping mongrels for ages in the caves and turning them into insane beasts. We met him, scrawny looking guy with a long tail. How do you know he's in Oceaneer? I feel it, you know, it's like a scent. You smell something unusual once in your life and you remember it forever. That feeling I had in the cave when Sevamalek was turning the mongrels into beasts back, like some cloying, nasty stench is clogging up my lungs, like I fell into a latrine and can't swim. Excuse the analogy. Assuming Sevamalek's here, where should we look for him? Now that I don't know, but the thing is, it seems to grow weaker and stronger as we move around. So if you put me on the scent, I'll lead you to him like a hound. Alright, we'll find his lair together, Lan. The right thing to do would be to just raise the whole city to the ground, but one demon's lair will have to start. Aruru! You want to talk? Aruru! Staring at the flesh, he sent a letter and whispers, take a look. The one who sent me this letter, I hoped I'd never hear from him again, but it was inevitable. He found I was in the city, of course he did, and now it doesn't help me. The thought of seeing him again terrifies me, but that's simply a part of my journey, isn't it? I can't just run away from my sins and my past. I have to at least try to make amends, and if I can't, then I must ask for forgiveness. It's hard to believe an Azada could be corrupted. You know better than anyone that Azadas are enamored with freedom, and their curiosity spurs them on towards new adventures. Slowly but steadily, I lured him into farther escapades, each one less innocent than before. He believed he could make me give up my evil ways, and I lied to him gleefully, giving him false hope. Sometimes I look at myself now and I remember those days and I want to die of shame. Who's this D? Damalcio. Do you remember the shadow from my dreams? That's him. I used to consider him my crowning achievement, but now I'm ashamed to remember him at all. He was an Azada once, a true hero, a knight and a poet, defender of the weak, the pride of the Elysium, and I corrupted him. I made him fall in love with me, I broke his heart. I made him commit foul crimes I cannot even describe, and when he became indistinguishable from a demon, I left him in the abyss. And now he wants to see me again. I'm frightened and ashamed. Venomous Butterfly, I've heard those words before in your dream. This is what my nightmare calls me, my most horrific disgrace. There was a time when that name suited me perfectly. I've poisoned so many souls, I've ruined so many beautiful creatures, both mortal and not. Almost all of them are dead now, but the nightmare of mine is still alive, and that means there may be hope of saving him. Are you going to accept the invitation? I don't want to. You have no idea how afraid I am. How will I look him in the eye after everything I've done to him? But I feel I must do this. I must see him. I must tell him that a fall like his is not a death sentence and there is a way back, and if he won't listen to me, I'll simply ask for his forgiveness. What can I do to help? Please, let's go there together. I must see him again face to face. I must try to save him from the abyss, and I doubt it's possible. I know how much I've corrupted him, but I must try nevertheless. I must, and yet I cannot do it on my own. I just It's like he just sobs and buries your face in her hands. I got you, Aruru. Me and you, Aru. Me and you. We shall go together. Whatever. I wanted to see what was behind them, and it wouldn't let me because the game's dumb. Alright, Aru, you don't want to come along here, but Camellia definitely does. I'm assuming this is the quickest way, I just don't know. Oh, we're out of time though. I will see you all in the next one. Peace! Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. If you've got anything to say, go to the comments below. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscription button and the bell. If you want to see more, check out this video down here. Thank you so much for watching. Peace!